Today we're going to talk about how to make money through investment properties and how we analyze the money that those investment properties make. I'm Cole Elwood with the Strong Will Real Estate team, and this is Brian Armstrong, the founder. When you're looking at the money that an investment property makes, one of the easiest and oftentimes most accurate ways to find out is a quick cap rate, which you are basically estimating the expenses. And a good rule of thumb that you taught me is to take about 35% of those expenses of the total income as expenses. And that's if the tenants are the ones paying the major utilities and there's no big repairs that need to be done. That'll account for small maintenance and long maintenance. So some months you may make a lot more than that, but in the long term, when you have to do a roof or a new furnace, it averages out to about that 35%. Absolutely. So if you take 35% out and you're left with your 65%, that should be your net income. And you can use that to figure out, well, what percentage of the total worth of this building is it making, and that'll give you your quick capitalization versus the actual capitalization. And how do you determine that?
Well, so a couple of things. Building on what you just said, Cole, if we ran through the expenses and said, all right, this building, after all the expenses, excluding debt service, you made $10,000. We divide it by 0.10 for if we wanted a 10% cap rate, and that would come up with $100,000.
Yeah.
So if we took that same $10,000 and said, all right, it makes $10,000. In this area, buildings are selling for 6% cap rate. We take that 10,000 divided by 0.06, and that will give us the price that it's worth at those proposed cap rates.
Yeah.
And that circles into one of the reasons why to work with a seasoned professional is they will generally know what the cap rates are in a given area. And the cap rates that you find in Barre versus St. Albans versus Burlington are all going to vary, and there's pros and cons to investing in each one of those markets.
So another way to analyze the cash going through a property is just to look at their actual profit and loss and expenses. The previous owner's actual tax returns, even if they will allow it, is a great way. And another reason why you may need a realtor to help negotiate that other owner allowing you to see those sensitive documents. And basically you would go right through and see what their actual expenses are, their actual income, and that would again give you a net number to compare to different purchase prices to find a rate of return on the money that you're putting down. The fourth way that you can analyze a property, the money that it makes, is called cash on cash. How do you look at the cash on cash?
Absolutely. So I'll take my total investment, meaning the down payment I'm going to put on the building, plus any settlement charges, plus any significant repairs I have to make off the bat. And then I take a look at what my monthly profit is on an annual basis, and I take the annual profit, divide it by the investment. So let's say I put 25% down on a $100,000 building, then I had to put $5,000 into repairs, so my cash on cash would be based upon an investment of $30,000.
Yeah.
If I made $6,000, I'd take that year, I'd say, all right, 6 divided by 30,000 gives me the percentage which I'm profiting, which in that case
20.
is what, 20 give or take percent. And, one of the things we have seen over the years is, different people get into different areas based upon their goals. And as a result, they see different cap rates, different cash on cash equivalents. And it all depends what you're looking for.
Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and tune in next week when we talk about actually making the big purchase on your first or next investment property. See you then.